Hello everyone, Bashar here. So patch 8.6 is finally out for good. So let's go over the changes. So we did cover most of these. I'll just go over them quickly. And the only thing that we didn't, I think, cover was the new champions that have been added to the game. So let's just take a quick look. New Divinity Harmony. So we have new Blessings tab. It's called Harmony. We have gone over these. We have gear presets. And as you can see from this screenshot, we can have gear presets for the champion himself or themselves, and also global presets that goes for everyone. Damaging gear, bolster gear, resistance gear, that sort of stuff. Free gear removals boost, yeah. So these are earned from Hard Synchronos. If you have already cleared Synchronos, you will have been given some. As you can see here, it's only 6 days, eh? I have to use them or lose them quick, I guess. That's not the place that I wanted to go to. Okay, let's go back. So Iron Twins, Sand Devil and Phantom Shogun have been rebalanced. So they didn't lose their damaging potential. The Iron Twins and the Sand Devil, they lost HP, defense, resistance, and accuracy, but the Phantom Shogun lost speed, which means our Tune teams will have broken now, most likely. I suppose we'll see when the time comes. So there are also a lot of changes to the abilities. So Iron Twins does fewer Iron Brand stacks with this Fires of Insanity and Ruinous Swath, right? Retaliator launch has been triggering 4 times, now it's down to 3 times. Moving on to Sand Devil, because I have gone all over these, I'll just skim it. So this is important. So the damage reduction, the 75% damage reduction Al Name, the Sand Devil has, is penetrated by 15% for every debuff on him. So it makes room for some, I suppose, Ramanto strategies if you don't have a Riho, which is something I'm considering now. So the damage reduction is penetrated by 15% instead of 10% for every debuff he's under. So that means if you apply 5 debuffs to him, he won't have any damage reduction at all. And Ramanto does 4 at the same time, right? And he also does, decrease defense and weaken, which makes you, even with the 4 debuffs, even without the curse, you can actually put a set that applies debuffs on him. But even without that, your Nuts will deal cap damage most likely. And also he now destroys HPs by 5% instead of 10%. So your solo champions have their life much easier now, because that's the way he kills, right? He keeps destroying your HP, and regen set does not allow you to regen enough and you eventually die. So that's quite out of the question now. So this is a little bit problematic. I think if you have a Blizzard solo like me, you can change the mastery from Giant Slayer, from War Master to Giant Slayer to fix him, because the sleep counter goes up to 8 now from 5. And in the Curse City, mostly he remains the same. Just the slumber counter goes up by 1 on hard. Okay, so for Phantom Shogun, the resistance and speed were insanely high. They dropped. That's pretty good. Now the shade counter increases by 6 only for the highest level. Right, for the lower levels, it's even better. So you can do a pretty good Nut climb, and every single ability that becomes unlocked for him triggers at 10 more shade counters. So he becomes poison immune on 20 instead of 10. He becomes smite and HP burn immune on 30 instead of 20. He will start ignoring max HP based stuff at 40 instead of 30 on whatever, right? I mean, you shouldn't be seeing that much. Okay. That is mostly the same. Our shade counters reduction has also increased, so that should bring these bosses very handleable, I think. So we used to do a single instance of shade counter reduction whenever we hit him, right? As much as our awakening level. Now it's going to affect multiple hits as well. So the first hit will reduce 6 stacks, which is the old way, right? And now the second hit will reduce 3 more, and the third hit will remove 1 more. And if you also take into account that his counter is not going to go up by a mile, so Nut should be useful even on stage 25 where he is the weak affinity. I mean, depends on the number of weak hits, I guess. 5 stars go 5 2 1. 4 stars go 4 2 1. 3 stars 3 1. 2 stars 2 1. And 1 star is just going to be 1, like the old way. This is pretty good. So as I said, these will bring all of these dungeons to a very handleable amount. So height set filters is finally existent in the accessory filters. Holstring and Vitreous have been rebalanced. We have gone over those in previous videos. And there are some bug fixes. So let's take a look at the new champions. Okay. So what do we have? We have, I think, 3 Sylvan champions. 1 Ogryn and 1 Sacred Order. Let's take a look. Who's new here? Matthias is the new guy. So Matthias is a HP based Sacred Order champion. He does look cool. He does look like a Bannerlord, but he also has the Zealot type, doesn't he? Black Flail. Let's take a look. Triple hitter. 30% chance, 40% chance of removing a buff. Also heals 20%. Okay, triple hitter. Could be okay for Far Knight. Attacks everyone. If the enemies have no buffs, does an extra hit. The extra hit will ignore 20% defense. Each hit also heals all allies by 20% damage inflicted. Well guys, this means PvE, right? I mean, it is very easily done, right? So a lot of the enemies don't even buff, and if they do, we can just remove it. Yeah, not bad. Increase resistance, reflect damage, and taunt on all allies. Doesn't go into Hydra. I mean, let me take a look at the passive. Ah. So he counterattacks when he has the taunt on him. 4 turn cooldown, 2 turn taunt duration. Nope, I don't like him. The HP is not very high. Speed is okay. Resistance is high. Yeah, I wouldn't want him. I don't think. Okay, we have an Ogryn. Oh, I think the Ogryn one is the, yeah. Ooh. Look at the tusks. They look like the World of Warcraft troll tusks. Okay. 50% chance of activating poison and HP burn on each enemy. And AoE. AoE A1. I'm a big fan of AoE A1s. They are a nice combo with the stun set for Doom Tower and Synthranos. And that's not a bad ability at all. 50%. Okay. He probably does those. That icon looks like HP burn. Okay. Oh, really? He does 2 poisons and an HP burn. And he also active. Okay. Color me impressed. And he's also HP based. Okay. Attacks all enemies. Before attacking, places an increase accuracy buff on allies. Increases the duration of our enemy's debuffs and decreases the duration of our debuffs. Well, that's nice. Enemy debuff extension is useful. Allied debuff duration decrease. Okay. Pretty nice. Okay, let's see. If we have one Ogryn, guys, and this guy looks like he's good for Hydra, and you know we have a very good Ogryn for Hydra, that is Ugo, right? And also if you have been lucky enough to get Grazur, Grazur is also Ogryn. Oh, our debuffs get reduced by 2 turns and enemy debuffs get increased by 2 turns instead. Sure. And if you have 3 faction allies, everyone gets healed by 5%. Wow. For every debuff that we have lost duration on, and for every enemy debuff that has duration increased, heals an additional 2%. So guys, let's say the enemy has, this is a very possible combination. Let's say they have 20 debuffs, right? Which is, very normal, right? 5 debuffs on each head. Wow. But guys, of course, the third Ogryn is a problem, right? I mean, Ugo and Grazur are really very possible. Yeah, I suppose this is okay. Okay. Increase each ally's accuracy by 10 for each HP burn and poison debuff on the enemy team. Okay. Wow, HP burn and poison deals 30% more damage. Sadly, poison is crap for Hydra. Wow, increase damage dealt by allies by 5% for each HP burn and poison debuff on target. Cannot be removed, stolen Norton. Well, this... So guys, this is, I think, the first good 30% HP, 15% speed to Ogryn allies. Well, I think this is... So thing is, guys, the problem is, so for example, the champion looks like PvP, right? And then the problem is, you can't bring multiple factions of the, multiple champions of the same faction to PvP, right? Even Taras Marichka, who are excellent, right? You can't bring Aisling with them, right? He is still too weak, right? And you can't definitely bring a fourth one there. But the thing is, Hydra is a place of 6 champions, right? That's pretty good. And there are really top-notch champions in the game that you can bring there. So this guy would be able to, go in. I mean, I would be excited to get this fella and try him out in Hydra. Yeah, he looks nice. Nice abilities. I think still the third one is going to be out of the question, right? I mean, I can do... Yeah, first of all of his 3 abilities are attacks all enemies, right? So in Hydra, you don't really want too many non-damaging abilities unless they provide an extra turn, right? You want every single action taken by you, every single turn taken by you end up in some damage. And the best healing method in Hydra, I would say, is Leech. So you should be damaging so you can heal. Yeah. Pretty nice. I like it. Let's take a look at the Sylvan ones. I think we have a rare. We do. Ingrid. I was gonna say Ingrid sounds like a female name. Okay. 30%. Each hit has a 30%. So he almost has a 50% chance of placing a decreased defense debuff. And now we have a new blessing that allows Reyes to place the greater version of the debuff. Not bad. Attacks all enemies. For Leech debuff, I'm going to guess he's going to place Leech. Because he gets some turn meter out of it. Yes, he does place Leech. Attacks all enemies. Places increased accuracy buff. And then 75% placing a Leech. Okay, I suppose he's okay for a rare. And he also has an aura. Yeah, I suppose he could be used. He's Spirit Affinity support champion. Okay. Let's take a look at legendaries. Do we have an epic? No. We have a second mythical. This one is the new one. Oh, I don't think anyone else is new here. This guy is relatively new, but not new, right? Incensa. Ah, she's getting incense. Okay. She's a void legendary. Attacks all enemies. Place it. Wow. A1 having 70% AoE decreased attack. That is... Oh, really? The ally with the highest crit damage also joins to attack the enemy with the lowest HP. The highest crit damage, yeah, so our best damager. Okay, I love this. This is an A1. Hydra. Oh! Oh, we are placing Poison Cloud now. Wow. So guys, Poison Cloud makes the enemies weak at you, right? You can't be debuffed. Wow. Also 50% turn meter. Increase speed, Poison Cloud, and 2 continuous heals. Wow. She does look good. Okay. Oh, really now? She places decreased defense and weaken and attacks everyone and will ignore block debuffs. 3 turn cooldown. Okay. So that is for PvP. Wow. She is pretty PvP based. But she also is definitely Hydra. How much? 70. Nice. The second best aura there is. Well, she is great. Definitely great. Yeah. Very nice. I like her. Let's take a look at the Eagle Raven fella. Raven, right? Okay. Nice, the Shadow Thief. Look at the eyes. Looks nice. Let's see what he does. Attacks when he shield unkillable block damage. Okay. Damage based on HP and attack. So that means the alternate form is going to be HP based probably. Attacks all enemies. Will not trigger counter attacks and ignore shield buffs. Okay. Also steals 20% turn meter from each enemy. That's pretty important, right? For PvP. This effect cannot be resisted by enemies with more than 50% turn meter. Wow. Okay. Attacks one enemy, deals double damage to bosses. Okay. Destroys target max HP and decreases target's attack speed. Each of them. That's a feeling. Attacks, defense, speed, resistance, accuracy 10%. That's so strong. Also, wow. 10%. All of them. Wow. Pretty mighty. These 5% more than for each 10%. Okay. That's how. Oh, that's interesting. So he's not like Siegfried, right? Did Siegfried have that? Just let me take a quick look, guys. Siegfried is sacred? Sacred. Yeah. So Siegfried cannot change to his alternate form normally, right? That's what I was taking a look at. This guy transforms when he dies, sort of, and he also can do it on his own. Yeah. Let's see the other form. Yeah. Ooh. Crow, Raven. Something of the sort. Fate Talents. Attacks one enemy twice. Each hit heals by. So he gets healed by 15%. And if he is full, each hit fills 15% turn meter instead. Wow, he gets 30% turn meter out of the thing. Okay. Attacks everyone. Provokes. And if he has 75% turn meter, he can't be resisted. That's nice. Right? Irresistible provoke. Which we can probably handle. If his HP is low, he places a stun. Right? That's more PvP oriented. Okay, not bad. Murder of crows. Okay, he's a crow then. Feather Shield removes all debuffs from this champion. Place a number of 15% continuous. Wow. So he gets multiple continuous heal. Okay. Also places a counter attack and block damage. Cannot be removed, stolen, and transferred. Protected, eh? Interesting. Okay. Increase this champion max HP resistance. Every dead enemy and ally. Interesting. I'm not very sure I like the ultimate form that much. Interesting. Well, a mythical is a mythical, I guess. And of course, guys, before we do this kind of evaluation, we actually need to see the multipliers, of course. Without the multipliers, it's a little stabbing in the dark. If the multipliers are very good, they're going to do quite a bit. So the HP is not bad. The speed is not bad. Let me see the main form again. The attack is okay. Yeah, he is decent. So that's it for the new champions we got, I think. Yeah. So that is it about patch 860, guys. And I will see you on stream. Bye-bye.